A third-class king in Taraba State, Mr. Ibrahim Yamusa, has been killed along with his son by unknown gunmen in the early hours of Saturday. The traditional ruler was gunned down on his way to his palace at Yukuben community in Takum local government shortly after attending a state security meeting. Confirming the incident, the lawmaker representing Takum 2 in the State Assembly, Mark Hussaini, urges security agents to fish out the killers.
We lost a very respected traditional ruler, the Udeng Yukubeng, Mr. Ibrahim Yamusa Achilok, who was killed by some gunmen while returning to Yukubeng, his domain, from a security meeting. It is rather very unfortunate. This is also a condemnable act, and I want to urge the government to make sure that those who perpetrated this act are brought to book. I have credible information that suspects have been arrested. A few suspects have been arrested for questioning by the security.
I received the news also with shock. It is true. Because I called home and they told me that it is true. And this is a barbaric act. I appeal to the security agencies to dig into the root of this problem and unravel those behind this brutal act.
Let's discuss the security challenges further as we're being joined by Patrick Agbamu, a security analyst and publisher, Security Watch Africa. Very warm welcome, Patrick. These are really very testy times for the nation, security-wise. And it is no doubt a very big price to pay in the war against terrorists by our gallant officers who have fallen, to the bullets of the terrorists or bandits.
It's very sad. But just like you said, it's a supreme price, and sad that this is happening. The security agencies wouldn't say it was unexpected, because there were signs that a time like this will come. And so I believe that I think that time has come, and we're expecting them to rise up and stop it.
Well, rising up to stop it is one thing, but we still see these attacks happen almost on a daily basis. Let's look at the report as compiled by Premium Times. It stated that 150 security personnel just from January to June of this year alone. And if you look at something that is quite curious, the geopolitical zones where these killings happened, it says there were more in the northwest, north central, as well as the southeast. What is this telling us about insecurity and the target on our troops?
Yeah, the target of every terrorist is to create fear within the society, and that is what they are doing. And one of their prime target really is the security personnel, because if they can succeed to take off the security personnel, then the citizens will feel unprotected, and then it's a state of anarchy, and that is what they are trying to achieve. But so far, the security personnel have remained resolute in making sure this doesn't continue. But like I said earlier, we can't allow people to a lot of despair in the society now, because people are confused that if those who should protect us are now being killed, how safe are we? So really, it's a call that everybody must seriously take to ensure that it doesn't continue.
Well, yeah, I know that the troops have been really gallant, in the face of these invading murders, particularly what we saw in the last couple of days around the Buhari area. And it's on record that the Guards Brigade troops have combed or are still combing the forests and bushes within the Federal Capital Territory, and more than 140 of these bandits have been neutralized. What do you say to that?
Yeah, we saw that some personnel were lost, but to me and to some people who have insider knowledge of what happened, we give kudos to our armed forces for preventing what should have been a very terrible situation for the nation, because they have built up camps around those mountains and those areas, and you know that we have very, very sensitive national assets in those areas. Talk about the law school is there. We have Caritas universities there, JAMB offices there, so many, and the large population of citizens also living in those areas. So, but they have been there, and the security agencies knew about it and they went. But you see, the problem that that is there, which we must face, is the terrain. That is in that mountain, and it's swampy, it's rocky, and we don't have such equipment that will be able to.
What about the fighter jets? Can they be deployed in those areas?
In fact, the attack helicopters. I was just going to say, Patrick, I mean, with your years of experience in security issues, reporting the armed forces and other security agencies, you would have expected, one would have expected that they would approach, you know, that terrain first by air before, you know, the ground force is moving.
Yes, but you don't just as a security, once you do your threat analysis in security, and it tells you whether what kind of weapon or kind of approach to use. You can't use such because you don't know if they have some hostages with them. That's one of the things you must know. And
that is what has been deterring them from, you know, going all out to carpet bomb.
You will have a lot of collateral damages if you want to go all out collateral damage, because they may have hostages with them who are innocent citizens whom you want to rescue.
And one wonders, isn't that the place of intelligence, really, before they go into this places? You know, let's have this conversation, because we've seen assurances and more assurances from authorities, from the Nigerian police, even to the army. They're telling us there's nothing to worry about, especially for the residents of the Federal Capital Territory. But people are still very apprehensive as it concerns their security. Would you say this fear is palpable, or there's nothing for the citizens of Abuja to worry about?
I would say people had cause to worry, because when they read, and there's the terrorists and their group have very powerful propaganda team, and to create fear in the people. That is one important thing. So for that, the people will have cause to worry hearing all those news. But the reality on ground is that the security forces have been able to tame what should have been a major problem. Now, the incident that happened at the Mandala area, the Zuma Rock area, was like, should I say, angry. They just shot at the military checkpoint because they were being dislodged, and they looked for a way, instead of taking the other routes which would have taken them through Tafa, they decided to take through the Zuma Rock to be able to save. And out of the anger, and that was why they shot at the military checkpoint, and they got up. But they were also gotten, the team that were further in front got them down. So I would like to say, like the security forces are already saying, they should not be feared any longer, because these people will not be able to commit such, because now they know that the military knows where they are and what they are doing. And there is, as we speak right now, there are a lot of underground and discrete activities going on within those areas that we identified. There are areas where they were hibernating, they were staying even within the same community. But it has been something I have said severally, that never allow kidnapping to thrive in your society. Never allow terrorism to come in, because it's difficult to take away terrorism and insurgency. It's not a 100-meter dash. It takes a whole lot of time, and it will also require a whole of society approach. The communities, most of these communities where these people are, they live within the people. People know them. These are strangers that just come in, and you see the way they look. And like I said, 2 days back, I was telling someone, I said, listen, when you see them, it's not just to go on your social media and post it, because they're also on social media. They have a very powerful new media and social media presence. And so they monitor what is being said on social media also. But you can identify who to pass information to. The DSS is there, the military intelligence, they are there, you can pass information. This will help than going on social media and raise and create more panic within the people. The people have a whole lot of responsibility to carry out in this period if we must be protected. That is the reality. The military cannot do more than what they are doing right now. And that's
so
it.
Citizens have to be more involved and be very alert to the environment.
In all my studying in security, citizens have 60%
wow.
to do in your own security.
Wow, 60%.
The others are just supplementary. The state security system is just supplementary to your own security. But
absolutely, aren't Nigerians really paying so much for security now at the present time? Thanks so very much.
Yes.
Patrick Agbamu is
a security
expert and publisher of Security Watch Africa, as well as
well done to our troops, honestly, because these are not funny times for them. Really.
Absolutely.